Next stop on the Castrol GTX Cup Series Tour is stop number 6, I believe. Yeah, stop number 6 on the tour. Brings us to Texas Motor Speedway. It's the running of the Duck Commander 500. You're getting set for 34 laps of racing here today at the Great American Speedway. Some Texans in the field here, hoping to get a win in their home state. Mainly guys like Chris Dallerton and Trent Dunham, both proud Texans, hoping to get the victory lane here today. But neither one of them's on the front row here today. The front row, it's an all-Ford front row, though. On the pole, it's Austin Talley, car 21 to Sitco Ford. I believe it's the second pole of the season. Starting outside of row number 1, the season 11 champ of this of the series, Jessica Shelton, the number 9 Coors Light Ford. Row number 2 has Sean Galligan in the 17 car and a 5 of Mayonnaise, Charles Jackson. Row number 3, Seth Cole, the president of the NSCRA, and he'll be flanked by Arnold Columbia and a pair of Pontiacs. So you got a pair of Fords in the front row, a pair of Chevys in row 2, and a pair of Pontiacs in the third row. But the manufacturer differs in the fourth row, and it's going to be Darian Taylor in the number 8 Snickers Buick. And he'll be flanked by Joshua Collard in the number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet. Then it's Dylan Poteet, car number 31 to Mom and Pop Chevrolet. Second car for Richard Childress Racing, and be flanked by the 30 of the Daytona 500 champ, Zachary Fitzwater, in the number 30 Country Time Pontiac. And here comes the command to fire them up at Texas.
Drivers, start your engine!
And they've already engines, and about the only flying the ointment here, this being the Duck Commander 500, we couldn't get the Duck Dynasty guys to do the command. Of course, if some of you know me, I'm a huge fan of that show. So, anyway, next row down actually would be the 20 of Dalton Day. He'll be flanked by the number 15 of P.J. Williams, and then behind them is Stephanie Naylor in the 26, and the 22 of Bristol winner, William Duncan. So the field rounds turn number 4 here at the Great American Speedway, and what a spectator view here we got. Green flag waves. We are underway at Texas Motor Speedway. Pole speed for the event, 187 miles per hour on this racetrack. Now in the high gear, Sean Galligan goes underneath Jessica Shelton for second position now. And Galligan, he wants the leader. He's run good with the Tide car this season. Just has had a lot of foul luck here in the first few races. But so far, let's see what happens in the first lap, and it will be Galligan leading the first lap here. Seth Colguy is inside. He's trying to make a 3 wide now for second, or for the lead rather. And we saw this the last time. Oh, and Galligan gets turned by Austin Talley, and oh, here we go. What the heck was that? Austin Talley just blatantly turned Sean Galligan hard in the wall, battling for second, and caused the big one on the backstretch. Talk about your ultimate dick move. Seth Cole won the race back to the start-finish line. Oh my gosh, and that little move just took out a lot of good cars out of this race. Grant Thomas smoking very bad in that 14 car. It looks like Zed Weinstein was involved. Brian Judge was involved in the 71. And some of the cars were way behind this bunch here. Brian Judge was one of them. Yeah, there's where the crash started. They were 4 wide right there with Shelton, Taylor, Poteet, and Fitzwater. But the big story here was the 21 of Austin Talley driving down on Sean Galligan. Now keep in mind, this Talley's in the 21, Galligan in the 17. And he just turns Galligan in the turn 2 wall. Then Talley just comes up and he just nails Charles Jackson, sends Collard around, and oh my gosh, Grant Thomas Oh, Lord. And Batson slams hard into Zed Weinstein. The helicopter view should tell the whole story. Real time. Oh, Dylan Young, hard crash. On board Dylan Young's car. Driver down the backstretch and oh crap. So already with that little crash, 4 cars knocked out of race. 2 of them were damaged. That was Brian Judge and Zed Weinstein. And they'll be on the inside line of both Seth Cole and Zachary Fitzwater. Getting set for green flag racing here. We'll be back again on lap number 7. And so we have 28 laps to go, rather, here at Texas Motor Speedway. Seth Cole gets a great jump. He took off like John Force at start. The man who's president of the NSC of the Panorama of NSCRA series, out in front. He's looking for another. He's looking for a win. He's got, I think, 2 or 3 wins in his career in this series. I'm not sure, but Seth would like to give himself another win in this series, but here comes Zachary Fitzwater, the Daytona 500 champ. Dylan Poteet, season 1 champ of this series. He's in 3rd. 4th position is Darian Taylor. Poteet's another one trying to turn his luck around in this series. He's got a fast car with that 31. We know that for sure, as he gets passed there by Jessica Shelton in the 9 and Dalton Day in the 20. But Poteet's luck here has been a little less than stellar, but he like to get some good runs here, get himself back into contention. We're still young in the season, but as we said before, every point you can earn goes a long way in this series. Darian Taylor now assumes the point, but here comes Jessica Shelton for the number 1 spot. 3 wide there for about the 3rd spot, or 4th spot. Johnny Gardner gets around Seth Cole, and Shelton will lead the lap, but here comes Dalton Day. He got awful close to a win at Bristol. A 7-car race here for the number 1 position here. And there's the rest of the pack right here. That's Cole Daly in the 24 cars, Kyle Sosnowski in 7, Henrietta Fitzwater in 55, Michael Norman in 94. He's looking for a good run himself. Norman comes in last in the points chase. And he'd love to get himself a good top 10 finish here. There's one of the hometown boys right here, the home state boys, Trent Dunham in car number 1. Trent right now going underneath Joshua Balkin and Cole Daly. See where Trent's running right now. Trent is in the 10th position, and he's now being pushed by Joshua Collard in the 4. But oh, Dunham, oh, and Joshua Balkin gets turned in the wall himself by Cole Daly. Jordan Newman's in the crash. Oh no! Another big pileup. Zed Weinstein, William Duncan, oh gosh. Kev Shearer, Mike Becker upside down. Joshua Osborne's in it. Kyle Matthews. And it looks like Dylan Poteet won the race back to the start-finish line. William Duncan's involved. And he just... What the heck? What was that all about with he and Kyle Matthews? I thought he was going to turn Kyle Matthews on the coming to pit road. But just as we saw with Sean Galligan and Austin Talley, another dick move. Excuse my language on that one. Joshua Balkin, Cole Talley goes down, he just turns Balkin into the turn 2 wall, just as we saw Austin Talley do to Sean Galligan. And Chris Darton's by. Jordan Newman, he gets clipped. And now watch as the rest of the field starts to pile into this. And this is big one, number 2. In turn number 2. Watch Mike Becker. And Charles Jackson, Preston Plord, Keith Batson, hard in them. Austin Talley's crashed. William Duncan. Kev Shearer just nail Stephanie Naylor right in the rear. Charles Jackson, he's no question out of the race. Zed Weinstein's in the crash. Brian Judge hard into Kev Shearer. And then Joshua Osborne, he's about out of control coming out of turn 2, trying to avoid the whole deal. He sees the cars up in front of him, and he hits William Duncan and hard into Kev Shearer. But then William Duncan, he decides to try to pick on Kyle Matthews, and then I thought right there he was going to turn Kyle Matthews around, and Kyle's going to come back and he's going to stuff Duncan into the inside retaining wall. Just some crazy action here today at Texas Motor Speedway. I can guarantee you this. And we're not done yet. We're not even halfway through right now. We'll have completed 16 laps. So just a lap shy of the halfway mark. Dylan Poteet is out in front there. William Duncan, he's back out on the racetrack there. He's inside of Duncan right now. He's inside of Poteet rather. Zachary Fitzwater's in second. Third is Darian Taylor. Fourth, Johnny Gardner. 5th is Seth Cole, 6th is Dalton Day, 7th is Jessica Shelton, 8th is Henrietta Fitzwater, 9th is Michael Norman, and 10th is Trent Dunham, with Joshua Collard in 11th. It's going to be some crazy action here, and we're not done yet. The green flag waits once again. We're back underway. 18 laps to go. Dylan Poteet, as we said, trying to get his luck turned around. He gets a good start. And he's now got the lap car of William Duncan between the battle for second between Darian Taylor and Zachary Fitzwater. Now Johnny Gardner goes with Taylor. Dalton Day and Jessica Shelton follow. But look at Johnny Gardner. He's on the inside now. Here comes Dalton Day. Dalton Day trying to make his way in 3 wide for second place right now. Shelton gets into it in the 9 car. A pair of blue cars on the inside of the red and white Ford. Meanwhile, Trent Dunham against the road. Here comes Shelton 3 wide. between her, Dalton, and Johnny. And Shelton now gets the draft from Trent Dunham, and Dunham takes a look at the inside now, and now he goes inside of Shelton. And now Trent's got the help from Kyle Sosnowski in the 7, as now Dalton Day's caught up with the back bumper of Dylan Poteet. And it's Dalton Day now to the number 1 spot. Shelton the 2nd. Here comes Dunham for 3rd inside of his buddy Dylan Poteet. And here comes Shelton for the lead. And she's going to get it in turn number 1 with the help of Trent Dunham. And she's got it, but Trent's the home state boy. You know the Texas fans are cheering for him. Three wide, Sosnowski, Poteet, and Dalton Day. Shelton, meanwhile, and her and Dunham side by side. Dunham takes the lead, but here comes Sosnowski. Dunham leads the lap. 13 to go here at Texas. Darian Taylor now. He begins to roll on the inside. Joshua Collard gets into it in the 4 car. 3 wide, about 3 rows deep. Something is gonna happen. I can smell it right now. Kind of turn 4. Collard now is inside now. Joshua Collard, car number 4. He and Zachary Fitzwater make the move to the inside now. Ian Dutta, 25, he begins to roll now. So is Jeremy Doobie in the 12. Darian Taylor led the lap. Here comes Collard for the lead, and he's got it. Zachary Fitzwater's up there. And here comes Ian Dutta, car 25. He begins to shove Fitzwater. Coming to start-finish line now. Get ready for 10 laps to go at Texas. Dutta to the inside. He's got Doobie shoving him. But Jeremy Doobie, he wants more. He wants the lead. Lap car, Joshua Osborne. And what's he gonna do? Oh, he holds Doobie up. That's gonna move Zachary Fitzwater to the lead and way out in front. Now Osborne goes up the middle now. Doobie, Norman, and Cole, they escape as well. Now Sosnowski, Poteet, Dunham. They're back into it now. I think they will catch this. Yeah, they've already caught Fitzwater now. Seth Cole inside of Michael Norman. With the help of Sosnowski. Here they come. This time by, it'll be 7 laps to go. 3 wide battle. Sosnowski inside of Cole. And now Poteet and Dunham, they've caught this pack of cars now. So now we're back to this being about a 7-car race, maybe 8, maybe more than that if this, because Johnny Gardner and Arnold Columbia, they're starting to catch up. PJ Williams up there. Car number 15 is in 10th position now. Henrietta Fitzwater in 11th. 12th, Darian Taylor. 13th is Collard. Question is, will these drivers catch up in the final 6 laps? Seth Cole for the lead inside of Zachary Fitzwater. And he's got it. Seth Cole to the lead. Car number 52. Five laps to go. This is going to get very wild here at Texas Motor Speedway. Here comes Sosnowski. Inside of the number 1 position. Jeremy Doobie's up there. He won at Las Vegas. Looking for a second mile-and-a-half win. Michael Norman's up there. Here comes Trent Dunham. He begins to roll inside of his buddy Dylan Poteet. This is going to be one mad scramble here at Texas. Johnny Gardner. He's up there. Arnold Columbia starting to close in. Gardner instead of Poteet for position. Norman for the lead. 3 laps to go. Dunham trying to shove Michael Norman. Here comes Dunham. He wants to lead. He wants to win this thing here at Texas. He's won here before in some other series, but never in this one. Here comes Zachary Fitzwater. He's on the inside now. 2 laps to go. 3 wide, 2 rows deep. Fitzwater up front. He tried, oh my, and Norman tries to shove Dunham. Gonna be the white flag this time by here in Texas. What's gonna happen on the final lap? Here comes Poteet, 3 wide. Seth Cole shoves him. Start finish on they come, white flag, 1 more lap remaining. Johnny Gardner out in front. Here comes Poteet. He and Seth Cole makes the move to the inside. Arnold Columbia gets into it. Oh, and Johnny Gardner's crashed. Jessica Shelton hurt in the... Oh, no! Johnny Gardner, horrible crash. Meanwhile, this is for the win. To start finish line, it's gonna be Dylan Poteet winning the Duck Commander 500. What a finish! Unbelievable! Dylan Poteet by a half a car over Kyle Sosnowski wins the Duck Commander 500, his first win of season 12. But for Johnny Gardner, a horrible crash in turn number 2. Racing for the checkered flag. Whew. And he had the lead at the white flag. Watch this. It was Gardner, Poteet, and Fitzwater. And Gardner goes up the track. He hits Fitzwater. Fitzwater didn't drive down and hit Gardner oh my gosh. And watch Gardner, he's upside down. Chris Dollerton, oh my goodness, hard hit in the Gardner, sends Gardner airborne and barrel rolling. Kind of more like an X Games ride than a NASCAR flip over, but whew. So Johnny Gardner goes from a top 5 finish to pile of junk on the backstretch. Oh my. And Fitzwater, he gets into a little dust-up himself in the 30 car. He goes back down the racetrack, and he is going to go into Jessica. Yeah, Jessica Shelton nails him. And Johnny Gardner comes up. He turns Shelton around. Dalton Day turns her around. And so does Ian Dutta, I think. And there's where Gardner was upside down and flipping over and airborne about everything but straight. So 3 big crashes at Texas that took out tons of very good cars. And what was to be a tremendous battle for the win, on board with Johnny Gardner. Fasten your seatbelts, everybody. Here it comes. What a crash that was. And here was the battle for the win after the Gardner's demise. It was Poteet who took the lead at this point, and he had Kyle Sosnowski all over him. And Sosnowski tried to make one little ditch effort coming out of turn number 4. And makes it to the inside, but Poteet just holds him off by about 3/4 of a car length. So Dylan Poteet gets the win here at Texas Motor Speedway. His first, I believe, in this series. I'm not sure, but average speed 138.213, 0.05 of a second, exactly the margin of victory. Dylan Poteet gets the win. Kyle Sosnowski comes home second. Seth Cole was third. Trent Dunham, a great run of his home state fans, finishes in 4th. 5th position will go to Arnold Columbia. Henrietta Fitzwater 6th. Michael Norman 7th. 8th was Darian Taylor, or 8th was PJ Williams. 9th, Jeremy Doobie. And 10th was Darian Taylor. Joshua Collard 11th. 12th was Zachary Fitzwater. 13th, Ian Dutta. 14th, Jessica Shelton. 15th, Dalton Day. 16th, Jordan Newman. 17th, Charlie Rodriguez. And Brody Talley was 18th, last on the lead lap. Johnny Gardner, Mr. High in the Air Barrel Roll, finishes 19th. And Chris Dalton, who in 20th position, boy, I tell you what, Dalton gave him a super hit, too. That was a horrible hit he took. William Duncan will come home in 21st position. Joshua Osborne was 22nd. And then the retiree list, Kyle Matthews, 23rd. Keith Batson, Mike Becker, Austin Talley, Cole Daly, Joshua Balkin, Charles Jackson, Preston Plord, Kev Shearer, Zed Weinstein, Brian Judge, Grant Thomas, Ann Batson, Sean Galligan, and Dylan Young, all because of crashes. Stephanie Naylor had a fuel starvation problem on her 26 car. She finishes 31st. But for Dylan Poteet, a big win today at Texas Motor Speedway. One of the all-time winners in this series. Has run very, very strong every season. Finished 6th in the points last season and is hoping for the first to become the repeat champion in this series. Jeremy Doobie continues to lead right now. Trent Dunham now moves into 2nd place by 75 as we head into Martinsville for the STP Gas Boosters 500. Kyle Sosnowski's in 3rd. Chris Dalton 4th. Joshua Osborne in 5th. 6th is Darian Taylor. 7th is William Duncan. 8th, Johnny Gardner. 9th, Jessica Shelton. And 10th is PJ Williams. Kev Shearer falls out of the top 10 and 11th. 20th right now is Sean Galligan. Dylan Poteet's win moves him up to 25th in the points. He was way down in the 30s going into this event. Dylan Young's 24th, so a lot of big names. So Keith Batson 22nd, and some big names down there. As we said, right now the leading rookie right now would be Darian Taylor in 6th place right now, and in fact he's 1 point ahead of William Duncan for top rookie. So next up on the tour will be Martinsville, Virginia, the STP Gas Boosters 500. Don't miss it.